there's a guy listening right now that maybe is working towards buying his first farm or is ready to buy his first farm, and maybe he's a little bit more skittish than what he was 6 months ago, and maybe rightfully so. So I just want to hear what your feedback is for someone like that.
My guess is we've got more turmoil coming up. It's one event that's going to spook a lot of people that could really turn this market the other way. And 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, whatever it was, that whole bank thing, had they not got a system in place to bail them out, that would have been it. I'm just saying how it would have been it. Had they gone, yep, they're going under, nobody's stepping up, they're not getting bailed out, there's no fix, we'd be screwed right now for people selling land. You'd be in deep trouble, and these prices would have been down. So something like that's going to happen. Something, and again, I always say it's always something weird. I would have never guessed Silicon Valley Bank, I haven't heard of it, can't fulfill the deposits. I mean, it's always something like that. Always, just weird stuff. So we're just one thing away that they're like, hey, we couldn't actually fix it this time. We couldn't actually bail it out. There was no fix. And one of those things might be they've tried to fix inflation and they can't fix inflation, and here's the ramifications of it. That might be the event. I don't know. But there'll be an event. So things are going to get worse at some point. And you could make that statement at any time, but
right.
It will happen. If I say it's going to get worse, and I just keep saying it, that dude's wrong every time. I'll just keep saying it. Eventually, like, hey, the 87th time he said it, he was right. But it's going to happen.
There's the guy, Michael Burry, who predicted 2008, and he's been predicting doom stuff nonstop. Like, he's just a doomer. And people were like, well, all right, you were kind of a one-trick pony now. But to your point, yeah, I think that it's looking in the water and seeing that there's some sort of current going on, and you don't know if it's a big fish swimming by, you don't know if there was a big rock. That's just how I look at it. Like, it's clear that there's something going on.
No doubt.
But it's to what impact.
So I'll bottom line it here for a new buyer that's on the fence. If you're capable, if you have the money, you need to buy ground. Now, what does that look like? I would say it looks like I would do it now or within 2 years maximum. If you're capable now, if you want to just patiently wait, and you're like, hey, it took me 2 years to find my farm, fine, but I'd be willing to pull the trigger tomorrow. I still would, even with this said. I still would pull the trigger tomorrow if you're capable and if you find the right farm and you feel like I got a fair price. Oh, but it went down later. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What I don't want it to turn into is a guy that's like, that's why I say one day, like today, to 2 years at the most. Because what happens to the guy that doesn't buy within 2 years, he becomes the guy that I know, the million of them I know, a lot of them, great people, wonderful people, but they become the guy that have been talking about buying land and they've been prepared for 10 and 15 years. I should have bought it when it was $100 an acre. And, these guys are 105 years old. I should have bought it right back in that 1940 time frame. I think it's going to come back. No, dude. No, I mean, you get to be, hey, I want to buy land, and it's my plan. I'm worried about these things, and you're the guy that it turns into 5 years. I think there's a very strong likelihood, or 10, that ends up being the guy that's, like, never got in. And then he looks in his rearview mirror, and he's like, yeah, now the prices are higher. I wish I would have bought back then. I'm going to wait for it to correct, and it never does. And so if you pay a little more now and it gets you in the game, even if it goes down, no big deal, and buy it. You're buying it with the math saying if it does go down 20% or something, I'm still fine. Just hold on to it. I mean, it didn't really go down 20% unless you cash out until you realize that loss. So don't cash out. And eventually it'll be like, hey, I was down 20%. I bought it. The market went down 20%, but I didn't buy it to resell it right away, or I didn't buy it to resell it at all. And then you wait 5 more years and like, oh, now I made my 20% loss back up. Now I'm up 30%. So you'll be in the positive at some point too. So I can say, hey, there may be a catastrophe coming with the economy. I could say that and eventually I'll be right. Well, I can also say whatever you buy your land at, as long as it's not obscene, you buy it at a market rate. I can say that with equal confidence. Eventually, you will have equity in that farm, and it will be worth more than what you paid for it. So buy the land today, if it's the right farm and if you're capable. Don't let it go past a year, 2 years. If you're the guy that wants land, that is prepared for it, that saved for it, and is capable of it, and you can't help yourself, and you're going to just probably go buy a new truck, don't be that guy that 10 years later still doesn't own land And you got a brand new truck though.
Yeah.
Don't do that. That'd be my advice.
That's a great example. I hope you guys enjoyed this. My name is Jake Hofer, and I'm a real estate agent out of the state of Illinois, and it's my goal to help 100 people buy their first farm. Been doing that with the Land Podcast and clips like this every single Thursday and Saturday that are released here on the channel. And to be one of those 100 people, all you have to do is, if you're in the state of Illinois and I can help you, I'd be happy to do so. Number two, if you want to get connected with someone that can help you, reach out, and I'll be happy to get you in contact with an agent that I would personally do business with. And the last one is, if you just simply learn something from the content we're putting out, or you get inspired to take action, I want to know, get you out of that spreadsheet. I'm on a mission to help 100 people. Until next time, see ya.